It's currently 45 degrees outside and I'm struggling. It's cold for me outside, but these plants, these cold hardy annuals that I have growing here, they are loving it. This is about day 6 or 7 of hardening off. These guys have been growing indoors with artificial lighting and nice cozy temperatures, but it is time for them to be outside. I'm going to be planting here possibly today, maybe tomorrow, but these guys are definitely ready. They need more space. They are definitely thriving. I think the combination of good conditions and great soil, I'm referring to the potting mix 4Bs that I started using this year. I think that has been one of the reasons why my seedlings look amazing and they're just taking off. Everything is looking great. They're not even bothered by the conditions outside. Yesterday was the first day that they stay outside for the whole day. And yesterday we had a high of 34 degrees Fahrenheit only. And they did not mind it. I think that they suffer a little bit of sunburn. It was a really sunny day yesterday, and I think that some of the ranunculus, a couple of the plants, the leaves are a little bit crispy, but it's a little bit of damage. I'm not even worried about it. Everything is looking great, you guys. This is really my first year doing cold hardy plants, taking them outside really early. I have been growing some of these like rudbeckias and strawflowers and snapdragons, but I don't really take them out until later when it's nice and warm outside. But this year I am just starting with more cut flowers. I have been following Danielle from the northern flower farm, I believe, and also the gardener's workshop. They have a lot of information on how to do this for your own place, and it's just amazing to me. Part of me thinks that they're going to do great, and another part of me thinks, oh my gosh, these guys are going to die outside. Like it's so cold outside. But so far, fingers crossed, so far everything is looking great. I'm going to bring a little bit closer so that I can show you everything that I have here and when I started and all those things. Let me start with these guys over here. This right here is statice. This is a mix. I had 2 varieties, but when I was potting these guys up, I mixed them up. So now I'm just calling this a mix. And I started these guys indoors on the 25th of January. So they have been here slightly longer than a month, about 6 weeks, getting close to 7 weeks. They are gorgeous. This right here is feverfew. And feverfew I started on the 12th of January. So definitely a little bit older. That gorgeousness. Statice and feverfew. And I started these guys in the small soil blocks, the 3 1/4 inch size. And I quickly realized that they were taking off, and I just put them up into this tray. This is a 72 cell plug from Bootstrap Farmer, and I just love them. And this is the tray also from Bootstrap that I use for bottom watering. These guys right here are my first set of ranunculus, and my goodness, they are doing amazing. I'm going to put some text on the video on when I started these guys. These were the first set. I pre-sprouted the corms and then I moved them into these smaller containers so that they could be on their own. And these guys, I know that they just need the room. Look at these guys. And I do have another tray, but I'm just going to show you really quick. Look at the roots. Isn't that amazing? And then my second set that I started later, these guys I just pre-sprouted and then I left them here in their own little tray. This tray is a mesh tray. And it has holes. It's a mesh tray, but look at that. You can probably see some roots there. And look at that. I am going to have so much trouble trying to set these guys apart because this is just one tray. These are not separated by anything. This is just one 10 by 20 tray filled with potting mix. This right here It's my rudbeckia. Got old soil there. And you guys, this right here is Maya. You can see the difference. This is Maya. And this right here, the smaller, greener ones, are Goldilocks. Isn't this just beautiful? Look at that. The same thing with these guys. I started these guys in the three-quarter inch soil blocks, and then quickly I moved them into bigger soil blocks, the 2-inch soil blocks. Let me show you one. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at the root system. So I feel like once I took them outside, they just thrived. But this is a whole tray of rudbeckia, 2 types of rudbeckia. It's beautiful. Next, I have strawflower. The same thing for strawflower. I started in small 3/4 inch soil blocks. I want to say containers for everything. And then I move them into 2-inch soil blocks. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the root system, you guys. Look at the root system. This guy's... It's fine. It's fine. These guys are definitely needing more space. And they are not minding the cold outside. Beautiful. And these right here, these are my scabiosa. Now, these are the ones that are struggling a little bit, only because they are still in the 3/4 inch size. I did not move these guys. I just kept them here. And I mean, they are looking a little bit yellowish. Some of the leaves are looking a little bit yellowish. But that's probably because I have been watering them like constantly, especially being outside with the wind and exposed to the sun. These guys, the 3/4 inch, dry out so quickly. But I know once they get outside, they're going to be just fine. Look at that. Strawflower and scabiosa. Okay, just one more. These right here are my snapdragons. The snapdragons were started on the 25th of January. I am not going to pinch these guys. I want to have really tall early blooms. And I do have another set of snapdragons growing inside. They are not doing so hot as far as germination, so I think I'm going to start a 3rd set just because I want to have way more. Look at this gorgeous. These are beautiful. So the plan is just to have them here today. I'm going to see how they do today out here. I definitely don't want to push my luck, and I don't want to be too brave. I know these guys are going to be fine, but I just have to, you know, slowly take them out there. If they do really well here by the end of the day, I might just leave them outside. It still might be a little too early, so I don't know. Another step in the process of this whole redoing the front of the garage is basically adding hoops, and the hoops that I'm using are EMT conduit that I purchased at Lowe's, and I actually bended those myself. It was really easy. I did go ahead and spray painted those black because those beds, the raised beds, are going to be also painted black here soon, so everything's just going to match nicely. I am using galvanized clamps to attach those to the bed, but before I did that, I buried those hoops as much as I could to have these guys really nice and secure there. My plan is not to remove these guys. These are actually going to be used for using plastic or frost blankets for cover, so they're going to act as a small caterpillar hoops or small hoop houses, whatever you call them. but also during the summer, they're going to be holding my netting that I am planning to use for supporting the flowers here. The hoops are not completely perfect, but they are perfect to me. They are looking great. I like everything that is going on here so far, and I'm just going to continue. I am going to install a netting that I got, and we'll see how that goes. This is my first time actually handling netting, so fingers crossed that it goes well. It's beautiful and sunny here. So this is pretty much what I'm going to be using for the irrigation for all of these beds. I use a lot of hose link items, and I already have experience with using their soaking hoses. I did use them for my raised beds a while ago. These guys are perfect. These are nice. These hoses, this is only one hose. It is 50 feet long, and this bed being 10 feet long, I can definitely cover this bed nicely. I don't even have to worry about missing some spots. It may actually be a little too long, but this is what I'm going to use. This is perfect. And what I like, and the reason why I chose this is, one, because they already come with their quick connect. So if I just want to connect the water right here, if I just have 1, 2, or 3 beds, I can do this really easily. By using these hoses as irrigation, I can cover one bed, I can water one bed super quick. This is actually pretty good. One single hose covers one entire bed nicely. It's even out nicely, and this is going to stay like this here. I'll probably, okay, it's super windy. I'll probably do some sort of connections at the end once I have all of the beds ready. That way, once all of the beds are full with plants here in a few months, I can just have all of these on automatic irrigation. But like I say, right now, I am not planting all of the beds all at once. This is probably the one that is going to have a lot of flowers first. So this is the one that I need to just connect whenever I need to water it. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited, you guys. Oh, okay. So I have 2 of these bags. I ordered 2 Jute netting. They sent me a cute bag. I ordered these guys from the Conscious Gardeners. Ooh, I like these bags. I can reuse these bags for a lot of stuff. It is super windy out here. I think it's supposed to storm tonight. Look at that. Now the size that I ordered, 6.5 by 150 each. So I am definitely going to have to do some cutting, some reducing so they can fit my 30 inches wide beds. And I better get to it, guys, because I really want to take advantage of this lovely weather before the rain comes. Okay, this was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be for setting it up. I do have to come back here and tighten it a little bit more. It looks really, really good. I did use zip ties in some areas to attach the netting to the EMT hoops, and they look really, really good so far. So this is pretty much what I am going to be working on for the rest of the day until the rain comes. I wanted to plant at least some of the cool flowers that I just showed you, but it's not going to happen. In the process of hardening off and making this video a nice wintry overnight thing has developed here in Indiana. So we're expecting snow tomorrow morning, and I just want to push those guys a couple more days. They'll be fine for a couple more days in the containers, and that way I don't have to worry about ice developing on them or having to protect them or anything like that. While I do have the infrastructure, I really don't want to do the work. So I'm just going to wait for a couple more days, and then they're going to be fine. But I do want to just finishing up putting the irrigation, putting the netting. That way when I'm ready, I can just pop everything in place, and at least they'll have one set of netting. For the things that I'm carrying here, I think that one netting should be good. I'm able to just pull these things up and down as I need them. But maybe for things like dahlias and things like that, I will definitely use something, maybe like a second level for the netting will be fine. I don't know. I'm new to this, guys, so if you have any tips for me as far as the things that I'm doing here with the netting, because I'm definitely new to this part, just let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next time.